We are doing today resuming some work on the fixes for the population of animals in the map. I'm not sure if audio is fine. Yeah, looks like it is. Anyways, yesterday I tried something, adding the animals. This is for Emerald Woods, by the way. Um, and right now there's an issue. Even so, we are currently not the current iteration of the game. We are not focusing on the actual animals in theory, but still the problem right now is that it's very hard to find animals, very hard for them to spawn. So right now it's like every 2 hours max, like 10 minutes to 2 hours, something like that. There's a chance for an animal to spawn, but it spawns out of sight because else it will look weird. Um, and if for some reason the game cannot place the animal, then it doesn't retry. It just fails and then waits for another 2 hours of gameplay time. So I'm going to change that. Yesterday I did some changes so that the um, the animal would spawn like in front of the player in whatever direction he was looking, but out of sight. So for example, there that just happened. You see that there's this tree, and that's causing like a shadow here. Um, right there, an animal probably spawned, but I don't see him. But theory that's what should have happened. Um, so I'm going to. There's a problem with that because right now there's some checks done to see if uh, an animal can spawn somewhere, and these checks include if it's like a closed location. Um, but yeah, we still need to improve that a lot, like detecting that is like inside a building or something like that. We don't want to have animals magically appear inside buildings. And yeah, that's going to, we need some fluid field algorithm or something like that, but that's expensive. Right now, there's a simplification of that in place, but it's too expensive because it uses pathfinding. So anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to have keep that, but we are going to remove that check for their our check to see if there's if it's a closed location. We are going to replace that just to check if there's a flooring. So for example, if you make a building of, even for the existing buildings, these cells have flooring on top of the cells, of the map cells. So that's like one criteria. And we are also going to check if there's how to call it, if it's tilled. And I know that we are already checking for that somewhere, tilled grass. Yeah, if the tile is tilled, here's what it is. Uh, yeah, so we are just going to replace that, make it much more simple. Where is the cell? We can obtain the cell here. We're going to change this a little bit. I was also refactoring this a little bit, but I'm going to leave it like this. This first check, then you're going to get the cell here. Get map cell. I always forget. No, get cell. What is it? Hmm. Where is it? Crap. Get tile. Yeah, of course. Get tile. No, name flow change. Get tile. Um, right. Then if the tile is water or sealed or all these, then we consider that we cannot place an animal there. So that should help with the problems. But it was being pretty heavy to detect that, and I'm going to tell you why in a little bit. We were checking if it's a closed place, and what this does is in the four cardinal directions for 30 tiles, it's checking if there's a path from where? Yeah, like from the center of the place. So if you're checking like let me show you that. This tile, for instance, this stone tile, then it's going to check for 30 tiles in all four directions if there's a path from here to there. So if it's enclosed, even by a building or even by a cave, that's going to fail. But that's super expensive, especially now that we want to do that and check for a lot of tiles. So yeah, that's not doable. In the future, we're going to have some fluid fill that marks the closed places as such and makes this easier. I'm gonna keep these, but probably going to mark it as unused or just put a warning. This is currently unused. Will be replaced by proper marking of closed places via fluid fill someday. Right. Um, so yeah, we're not going to use this. If we look at the changes, I had already staged something from yesterday, but yeah, I was not happy from the beginning. I knew that it was not a very good solution, so I did not commit them to the repo. Um, let's see what we have. What we have, I already included some debug stuff. This is debugging. I separated the function that tried to add the animal into a previous check and the actual addition. And for the previous check, well, I mentioned that I refactored this a little bit. But the real change here, or the real addition, is checking if it's stilled and checking if there's a fluorine, and not checking if what is closed place. Yeah. So these are the changes. Going to activate the debug, and I'm going to also change it so that we spawn enemies much more continuously. And what we want to check, what we want to make sure about is that there's no slowdown happening, even when we are trying to add a lot of animals continuously. So that will happen. Let me see where I'm going to remove this to do. Um, in here with the spawn counter. So spawn counter is always going to be no, whenever it's restored here, yeah. Spawn counter is going to be 0.1. And I think yesterday I added a lot of to-dos And actually, what's going to change here is combine this with map prepopulation so that only some animals are spawned. Yeah, I think after thinking a lot about this, I think we need both things. We need the prep population so that we can, for instance, spot um, some animals that live inside caves or inside special biomes, and we have more control over their placement. But we also need um, some animals are placed partly, but we also need this kind of fake population of animals so that we don't have a lot. I mean, that so that we can present to the player um, content that he's actually going to consume. We are not interested on having like a full ecosystem simulation here. We want to put monsters, sorry, not monsters, animals in front of the player so that he can interact with them. Uh, so yeah, we need both. Um, that, that, now let's remove this. So we're going to test how this works with high spawn rate with the changes that I just did for the to make it lighter. I'm going to open the debug console here. Um, let's see. So we are adding a sock at 0 plus 4. So there's a sock down there. I'm going to move around a lot. Yeah, it's much better. It was being super sluggish. Yeah, I think it's working already great. Oh, right. I also, just to make sure that we did not spawn uh, this kind of wilderness animals inside caves, I was thinking on also checking that it was not a cave. Now, I don't think there's like a type of cell that is a cave. We do have rock. Rock is solid. Um, there's stone floor, and there's yeah that's it, the stone floor. So stone floor currently, let's see where it's used. Um, we have it in the cedar for the sectors and the cellular automata that fills it. Um, I wonder if there's like an attribute of this one is ground. I don't want to compare to the ID. Let's not do that. Let's take advantage of JavaScript and just add something here is cave or is yeah closed space. It's closed space. This represent or this signifies that this floor um, this is a natural floor for a commonly enclosed space like a cave. So basically, um, we're going to do this to artificially avoid populating or spawning these kind of wilderness enemies in caves, wilderness animals. I'm sorry, I'm damaged. Roguelikes damaged me like I only see monsters and enemies everywhere. But here we are talking about animals. Um, so yeah, let's see. We are also going to check here in the changes that we did that the tile is not closed space. If it's closed space, return false. We need to change the type here. The current All right, it's closed the space. Okay, so this is great. We are slowly improving the um, migration to TypeScript because this was originally a vanilla JavaScript project. So with that, I believe let's remove that temporary thing that was spawning stuff like crazy. That was on the level class, and that was 0.1 somewhere. No, it's on the world. I no longer know where. Yeah, it's on the world class. So we're going to remove this. Um, and now this feels much more ready to be commit to the repo. The only thing that we need still to do is define what monsters will um, be spawned like this. Um, and I believe it's more like they are like a wilderness monster or something like that. Um, right now, I forgot. I think I mean we do have a traces JSON file with data. Yeah, it doesn't seem actually. Yeah, this comes from a table. It's hard to work on different projects at the same time. That Emerald Woods data sheets. It's a data sheet here and animals. So right now, the way that we spawn animals is just we check their type, fish, just if they are fishes, and their rarity. So fishes are spawn a little bit differently because they only spawn when you are in water, like in a boat or something. The other ones, all we care about is the rarity. Actually, the type doesn't matter that much right now, and we use this to populate the habitats um, where they can spawn. So, for example, we have some here that are supposed to only or should supposed to be pre-populated caves, like this salamander and this cow-like mammal. Um, right now they are set as rare. I think we need to define what to do here. I am feeling tempted to, let me think about this. Yeah, because it's hard to match. Basically what we have right now is we are dividing the world in a grid of 8 by 8, and then each one of these sectors is a habitat, and we randomly assign races to those habitats based on the rarity. Mm, but we cannot ensure that, for example, a rare race like this Meki will fall in a sector that has caves. So that is why I thought we needed like the hybrid approach. Um, because yeah, how can you know that? So we can add this. We're going to do this into phases. So I'm going to commit this. Um, I'm going to leave the possibility of finding these races or species that are meant to be in caves, for instance. Um, they should maybe they can also appear in the wilderness. But as a separate change, I'm going to pre-populate some caves or some areas with this. So it's going to be pretty similar to how the plants work right now. So let's send this one. Just make sure that everything is fine, including this. I don't think this one comes from the data. Let's see if there are tiles here. Doesn't look like it. Um, debug. Okay. Hmm. On the tile, the world has a small change. Well, not that small. This is the thing that. Oh, I forgot. There was another fix that is very important here, and it's that if we don't manage to add um, the animal, we want the spawn counter to retry much quicker. So yeah, I had forgotten about that. That's also important. So added is going to be equal to try to add the land animal at the boundary, and if we could still not add it, then we're going to make it so that the spawn counter is going to be 0.1, so that we will retry much quicker, um, and maybe it's going to be placeable the next time. Right. The bug and the util. Okay. So improve chances of meeting animals while exploring the wilderness. Control placement in front. Control placement in front and retry quicker. What else did I do? Yeah, I think that was it. So that's the commit, and it's going directly to master. By the way, if you like this project, you can follow it on Discord, our Discord. The website for the project is slash.itch.io/emerald-woods. I just put it as a comment. Oh, not sorry, that was a typo. That's a bad typo. Slash.itch.io/emerald-woods. There. And from there you can reach the Discord. And in the Discord we have an open development channel where you can find out about all the commits that we make. Last one was in March the 1st. So it's been almost 2 months. Too bad, because yeah, we decided to work a little bit on Navamundi, but we will not abandon this project. So yeah, and you can also like discuss in general any ideas you have for Emerald Woods or for any other of our projects. Anyways, we are going to take a stab at the pre-population. So I need to check a little bit how that works. We do have a sector seeder. This is the thing that depending on the type of the sector of the map adds plants or items. And I think we're going to add the capability that it can also add animals. Let's just copy what we already have in place for plants. Why is it red? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Sorry. So we're just copy pasting here. Get, okay. Animals, it's going to be This dot get animal. Yeah, this has like a different two different parts. First off, we need to see the map with the animals, but then we also need to disable them, like put them on a zombie mode um, until the player sees them, right? And yeah, I think it's gonna be like an initial population. We can maybe consider afterwards adding some respawn points or something like that. But yeah, let's do one thing at a time. So this returns. Why is it complaining? Oh, sorry, I missed this. Okay, animals. This dot get animal. And this, why is it not complaining? Because this function doesn't exist. Oh, because this is not a type. Yeah, we are slowly doing the transition to TypeScript. I'm not going to do that refactor right now, but probably gonna do that soon. So get plant. How does get plant work? We are switching based on the sector type. Ooh, ugly indentation mix. We're like fixing stuff as we go. So if we are in a cavern, we will see cavern animal. If we are in a forest, if we are in a forest, no, I think I will only populate the caverns. Okay. And we will need that cavern animal function. So cavern animal. Something that is important is if the sector type is a cavern, I think right now. Oh, okay, so mountain frame and mountain border. No, I was going to say that we need to check if it's going to be like a cavern wall or a cavern floor. We don't have that problem with the plants because we can just, I mean, the forests are just open spaces. But on the other hand, we do have this problem in the caves because we're already adding cavern plants. So I think what is happening here is that if, I mean, this is like an initial data, and then we'll check again if it's not solid when we are placing it. So anyways, I'm going to cavern animal. So for now, we have the Meki. What's the name? Let's check again. Meki, the fox photo, and maybe some of the others. Forest, Blackbeard, Reptile, Tortoise. But all of these are rare. I think we need a one that is more common. A small amphibian, La Villa. Yeah, let's put this in. We're going to have these populating the caverns, and they're going to have different weights. So tile, yeah, tile. Let's follow the convention and put some weight to this. So the La Villa is going to be the one which is more common. I'm going to mimic what we already have in place here. So shrubs, yeah, it's going to be a lot. Let's see how this works. Sometimes when the decimals are so low, it doesn't work that well, but let's see. So it's going to be this and this plus 3 times. Um, so this is the sector seeder, and basically it's like an intermediate component that gives some data to another procedural generator so that it actually instantiates the animals objects. That's the seed function that is being used somewhere. In this case, it's here, level generator details. So this details is the map that we are getting there, and then place animals using that. So place animals is the new one that we're going to create using details dot animals. And if we check place plants, for instance, it's it's ignoring some stuff. Whenever it cannot place the plant, it just continues and ignores that. And I guess we're going to do something very similar. So place animals at a level, and the plants is an array of two-dimension, an array of arrays of strings. Um, what? That's not very optimal. Yeah, I think we're going to need something different than we have with plants. Let's use a single dimension array. We will not need this. And what we are going to do here is animal is this dot get animal. It's not, I mean, currently it's not that bad because this is just intermediate data that is discarded after creation. But anyways, so if there's an animal, we're going to use kind of indexed stuff here. But on the other hand, no, let's keep it like this. It's okay. Let's keep it like this. Let's keep the model that we have here. So if actually we can optimize this a little bit. Yeah, I don't know why it's like this. Yeah, this is good to have here. I guess it's super needed in for the case that we are going to do for the animals. Because there's going to be like a lot of emptiness in that array, two-dimensional array. Anyways, place animal, animals, animal or race ID. Yeah. If there's no race ID, or it's not a ground tile, or the player cannot walk there, or if there's a fluorine, then we don't place the animal. And here we are going to do races dot races dot get race ID. Yes, we're going to have a const race is races dot get race ID. If there's no race, then invalid race ID. But if there is one, so the level generator, I don't know if it currently creates beings. Is being the correct name here? Yeah, being. New being. The level class is adding that. But and in here, this is when would you drop something. Produce is when they reproduce. So yes, right now it's only when they spawn. So we're going to replicate that here. We're going to need to do level being, new being. We don't have a being factory here. This that game. We have the race ID here. We have the position. We're going to actually do this. We're going to create the being. We will add it, but we are going to put it to do here. Disable the being until the player touches it, but don't let the game kill him. So for now, I'm going to mark the being as immortal, just for the test that we're going to do. Immortal. Immortal. No, that's not how they are called. Um, Immortal. I forgot how they are called. Doom counter, restore doom. Eternal. Eternal. Not immortal. We're going to make them all eternal. The only question I have is the level. It's level. The game. I wonder if they should have a game associated. Do we have a game here? Level generator game. Oh, well, the items do use it. Level.game. So I think the problem here is that game is private. Let's make it public. A big deal. What? Okay, and we don't need this. So if this works well, we're going to have some population in the caves, right? And maybe it's going to be super slow. Maybe. I'm going to put a debug log here saying I added a race ID at doesn't matter that much. All right. So let's test. New game. Error. This dot place animals is not defined in the level generator. Why? Place plants and place animals. This doesn't return anything. Okay, new game again. This is what happens when you don't have the fully typified code. Anyways, uh, hmm, 2, super low. We only added 2 guys to the caves. La Villa and a Fox Photo. We added no Meki, no Tortux, and why so little? That's interesting. I expected a lot more to be added. Um, hmm. So what other sector types are here? Cavern, built area, mountain border, and mountain frame. Hmm. So let's change it a little. No, I want to do something additional here. I want to include also mountain border, but that's not going to be like a big change. To be additional. Maybe this is too low. But we did get a Fox photo. Hmm. I wonder, this is going to fill the caves, but see how that goes. I incremented the proportions greatly, and we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's still super low. Let's try and get it to a cave. I want this to be filled with animals. It's not working. Let's do this. Let's also include the on-time border. Mm, some more, but not many. Um, let's. What's going on? I'm going to have like some very high um stuff here. So let's up this. I'm going to do this like this is 2, 10, and then this is 90. So basically 10% of the cave floor is not going to be messy. That's more like it. We have 1530 mechis. And there's some slowdown, but not a lot. And if we go to one of these caverns, you can't really see some mechis near the caverns. That's because the cellular automata already uh, ate a little bit of the mountain inside the caves. I want to go inside. Oh, there's a lot of Becky outside. Yes, this is worth a screenshot. copy that image, probably share it somewhere like here. Maybe we'll post that to Twitter sometime. But that's a lot, but still not like crazy proportion. So I think we want 10% of that. Yeah, it's what's being super low. So let's have 10% of that. So it's like 199. And let's create a new game. And now we have 166 Meki. Yeah, like 10% of what we had initially had. Let's see if we can find the cave. There's a Meki roaming here. Let's try to enter a cave. This one, this one. We only Meki living here. Yeah, I think that works. I think the only thing that I would like to improve is if we could put these animals after afterwards, after the seed, because right now what is happening is we are seeding the map here, and then we are executing the filter, and the filter changes like the actual tile that ends up being, and in this case it's a pretty big change for the caves, for the mountains. So yeah, and actually that's because the seed initially was thought to be only for cells, not for things like the I'm going to retrofit this. I'm going to do something like this. Sector seeder dot uh, complete details. I'm going to split this into two parts. So seed them and then complete them. So I'm going to go to the sector seeder, and this thing currently returns this. This is not typified, so should we go ahead and do that? Yeah. Interface details, map details, this type. Um, so red is a constant, and it's like this. And I did that only because, huh, interesting. Yeah, when we're completing, we are going to receive some map details, and we will no longer care about the sector types, which are like the initial asset or input to the procedural generation system. So in there is where we're going to add the animals, and we are going to care. Okay, huh. So the CA filter returns tile IDs. Nice. So basically what is happening here is we are doing a lot of transformation over the level that we are generating. So here we return that object with basically IDs for the different tiles and more stuff. Then the CA filter is taking that and then returning IDs as well. Yeah, actually it's not that different. Hmm. But then where's the distinction between the mountain border and the... Yeah, I'm curious about that. Let's see what the CA filter does. It works with rock, stone floor. We want to only spawn this in stone floor. Yeah, details is not touch here anymore. It's like a read-only parameter. Actually, it does touch it and returns it. Interesting. So I take that back. This CA filter returns in the same format. Huh. Let's try and see how it works. Proceeder.complete. This actually receives a map of tile IDs. We are going to use that to control this sizing, and we are going to just use this here. Then we do need the map details object. And if we're going to have the map details object, we can use the map details dot map object. The map details dot animals is going to have that. What snap? I don't know what snap does, but it seems to work. Oh, this is just for debugging. We should not be... Okay, so it's not doing anything if it's disabled. But definitely don't need here. So if this works well, I'm going to remove that from here. And if this works well, then we're going to see all the mechie inside the caves. Let's see if it works. So we got no mechies at all. That's not good. Oh, what am I sending here? The details. Yeah, that should be fine. But actually, this is reassigned. So, yeah, tile IDs. We're going to need both the details and the tile IDs. The details, are they used after this? Yeah, to place all these. So this sector complete is going to need both the details and the I always forget how they are called. Cell? No, tile ID. That is what we're going to use here. Okay. First one is the map details and then the tile IDs. Crap. Okay. So get animal. Okay, so get animal is no longer going to receive a sector type, but rather a tile ID. Yeah, this doesn't belong to the sector seeder anymore. So yeah, probably going to move it to each tile ID. And I don't think we do have enumeration for this. So we're going to just check if it's a stone floor. If tile ID is a stone floor, then we check for a cavern animal. If not, nothing for now. Can like improve that later, like support different biomes. I'm probably going to do that, but gotta do things one step at a time. So we have 104 key. Let's see if we can find the cavern somewhere. What happened here? Cavern, but was destroyed somehow by a lake. Oh, weird, very weird. Blue forest. Need a normal cave. Well, at least I haven't seen like any Meki roaming outside. But we need to make sure that doesn't happen when we are near some cave. Another building. I think I'm going to need to activate the drug mode. Be able to very more quickly check the map. Last try. If I don't see the mountain close, then I will activate the debug mode. Oh, here it is. No Mekis around, which is great. Hopefully, Mekis inside. Well, she probably escaped. Yeah, it's inside. Good. That's good. We don't need to tweak the params, but yeah. Tweaking that means that we're going to have Artux. Going to have La Villa at 1, and then the other ones at 0.3. 0.3 or 0.2, something like this. So that's like 1.6. let's just check here and see how it distributes, because we can check right away. So still we got a lot of Lavilla and not that many Meki, some Tartuks. Yeah, I think that's fine. Uh, Again, let's see if we can find a nearby cave. Oh, here it is. And there's a Lavilla, there's a Tartux, there's some mixture. Still, probably too many of them. I think it will help it. So it's not that many animals. Still want to make sure that floating point doesn't mess up with us. A decent amount of monsters or animals was generated. I think that works. Much better than what the way it currently is, because right now you can roam for hours and days and not find anything. And of course, also really good to have the biome specific population, like for the caves. Maybe we should do that the same for the forests, and maybe instead of randomly assigning the maybe we could read into the generated map and assign a biome type for each one of these habitats, for the wilderness spawning to work well and like contextual to the biome we are generating stuff in. Um, but yeah, not sure if we're going to need that now. Probably not. I just want to see a cave to see how it looks. So here's a cave. Nothing here. Small cave with a lake inside. No animals yet. There's a shiny fox furrow. We still need to do the logic to disable them so that they stay inside until we see them. That's a long stone corridor. All for nothing. No one lives here. But that's okay. I mean, it was a small thing. It's coming. Ah, there's some animals here. I think this is going to be fine. But yeah, there's still work to do for this to work. Especially, let's see. Especially in here, we need to disable the being until the player touches it. There doesn't seem to be like a performance penalty so far. Mm, so yeah, maybe we do not need this. But then when we scale, when we add more animals, may be useful. So there's this. Um, I think that's the only to do. But yeah, I'm going to leave it like that here. This is the end of the stream. Thank you for watching and Subscribe if you want to see me code in the midnight some cool indie games. See you soon.